Hi, I'm Linda, the teen librarian at the Traverse Area District Library, and today we are going to build a fairy habitat jar. So if you haven't got your craft kit yet, stop by the main library on Woodmere at the Traverse Area District Library and ask them for your teen craft kit for the week. And this week is fairy habitat jars. Inside you will find some dirt with seed mixed in, glow-in-the-dark paint, a glass jar, an acetate sheet, which is just kind of a see-through plastic, a ribbon, something to put on the top so the fairies don't escape, and something to paint with. So this is a pretty simple but fun craft. You're going to start by painting glow-in-the-dark dots onto the plastic sheet, and then this will go inside the jar, and this glow-in-the-dark paint is kind of it's cool because you can like set it in bright light for a long time, and then it will turn off the lights and you will see it glow. So I'm just going to put some dots here and there, kind of big blobs. If it's kind of thick, it will light up a lot better than if it's really super thin. So I'm going to paint this whole thing, and then I'm going to let it dry for 4 hours, and then we'll move on to the next step. The paint has dried now. You can see it's all over, and you can feel it's kind of bumpy because it's a puff paint, and it's nice and glow-in-the-darky. I am going to just make that a circle and stick it right in my jar, and then inside this I'm going to build a habitat to attract fairies. I'm going to start with the dirt and seed mixture and just pour it in there. This is a step you can skip if you don't want to have to water it. Pour it in there. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and water it right to start with. Not a lot of water though, just a little bit. You'll just want to keep the soil moist. You don't want to soak it, you want to keep it moist, so you're going to need to water it every day until they start to germinate, and then anytime the soil gets a little dry, you'll want to put a little more water in there. If you are growing the plants in here, you will eventually need to take off the top so that they can get nice and big. In order to make this a nice habitat for the fairies, we need to add a few more things that might entice them to kind of come and hang out here. So let's go outside and find some stuff and put it in our jar. So I'm behind the library now, and I'm going to look and see if I can find anything to put into my jar for my fairy habitat. Let's take a look and see what we can find. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of a nice looking rock. That might work. Not really special though, so I'm going to keep looking. Let's see. I can always break off part of it. Find. There we got some nice little sticks. Some of those might be good. Nah. Ooh, this one is. That's nice. Maybe this one. This one too. Some sticks. Take these leaves in. Nope, too wet. Everything's wet. leaf will work. Oh, there's a pretty leaf. So I'll take these in and see what I can do with them. Look, here's some better rocks. It's kind of loud here, but I might be able to find a better looking rock than that one. That one's kind of nice with its speckle. That's got some good color. And that one should work well. Okay, let's go inside. I have here everything that we found outside. We have some rocks, a pine cone. I thought I found 2 leaves, but I guess one disappeared. We're down to 1 leaf. We should be able to work with that. And some sticks. So now we just need to kind of arrange it into an aesthetically pleasing setup. Fairies are pretty particular. They don't want to live in something that doesn't look good. I'm going to start with my rocks. You can start however you want, put in whatever you want. You don't have to do this. You can just leave it with just the soil, or you can skip the soil and just build the habitat like this. Pine cone's going to be a little bit tall, but wonder if I just dig it in there, if it'll, you know what? It's going to get shorter. That's not going to work. I've got scissors. I am going to cut off the end of my pine cone and make it a little bit shorter. And make a mess in the process, because messes are so much fun. I love making messes. So there's the pine cone. I'm going to lean some sticks up against the pine cones. Or the pine cone. Let's see, maybe one more. This one's a little bit. Yeah, this is a good way to dull your scissors, is to cut sticks and stuff with it, but it's for a good cause, right? To entice some fairies in. And you know what I might do, just to keep that all together, is I'm going to cut a little bit of my ribbon off. And I think I am going to tie these sticks together so they stay together. All I need to do is pull it tight on them, and they will be stuck right there, and we will have a little house for our fairies. It's like I'm making them a teepee, so there we go. I'm gonna spread it back out, and they can have the, there. Now my leaf, to keep it nice and dry in there. Let's see which is gonna be the front. I think this is gonna be the front. So I will put the leaf here so the fairies can look out their front door of their teepee house. Now that I have my habitat built, I want to put this black lace on top. It will make it so the fairies can breathe and fairies can get in and through the lace and just kind of hang out in there. And I am going to use the ribbon to tie it off. Let's tie that into a knot. Now there is a little more ribbon than you, that was great. A little more ribbon than you actually need here. So you can either trim the edges or use it inside the jar. I think I gave you about twice as much as you need to tie the outside, so you could swirl it around the length of the jar, or make some really nice bows. Let's see if I can do a bow backwards. And I knocked it right off again. So hopefully you won't be as clumsy as I am. And there I have it. I think I will trim my ribbon so it's not quite so overwhelming. And I have a fairy habitat. I'm going to put this in the light and let it charge up, and then when I have it in the dark, it should be all glowy and cool. Enjoy your fairy habitat.